So I played offense. In high school, you play both of them, whatever. Was an
Right.
offensive player in college. When I took the first assistant job in Union City, I I stayed primarily on the offensive side. I coached a little defense also because it was a small 1A school, so you had to kind of coach both. You know how that
Right.
is. But then my third and fourth years there, my third year I was the co-defensive coordinator, and then my fourth year there I was actually the defensive coordinator. So um, I spent time that whole season on the defensive side of the ball. And then when I got into my head coaching roles, I pretty much stayed on the offensive side except for my last head coaching gig. It was the weirdest scenario. So I took the head coaching job in Brighton and was able to kind of bring some guys on staff. Well, I was going to be the offensive guy. I was going to call the plays offensively, whatever. We went through the whole spring trying to bring guys in. Had hired a couple of had kind of gotten into terms with a couple of guys to be the defensive coordinators, and they did not accept. And then I ended up hiring a guy that took over as my defensive coordinator. And about 3 weeks before we started the season, we'd gone through spring ball, we'd gone through summer installs, everything like that. He got an opportunity to go be an assistant at a D3 school in Georgia. And so he called me. He said, "Hey, I know you're not going to like me, but I'm fixing to take an assistant job at a Division III school." And I said, "Man, I'm not ever going to be mad at you for taking an
Right.
opportunity when it's provided to you." I said, "Now it does put me in a bind, but I
Right.
said we'll make it work." And so because of that year, I ended up taking over as the defensive coordinator. And so I was defensive coordinator that year, and I had to train some guys up that were really younger offensively to try to handle the offensive side of the ball. But that was a tough year. I'll tell you that. It was because I'd spent, I guess up until that point, I'd been 12 years just on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
And I mean, hey, as a head coach, you're always on both sides,
Right.
but you're not as well versed in terminology and kind of how new things are being taught. You know,